kind of give you, even as a senior though, and having done this a number of times, does it still kind of give you that little extra buzz knowing you guys are the primetime game and all that? Does it add a little bit to it?
Yeah, it definitely kind of excites us throughout the week of practice. As game day approaches, we all get excited, especially playing on a big stage like that. So it does kind of amp up practice a little bit. And playing the number one team on the road, you can't get any more excited about that. If you can't, then you're in the wrong sport. So it's kind of like that.
We talked to Coach Morris yesterday, but especially Venables and Dabo today, which they're always fairly animated. They seemed like they really had maybe an extra Red Bull today or a little bit extra bounce in their step. But have you noticed that out of the coaching staff as this week approaches? I'm sure they try to take the same approach, but they seemed a little extra juiced up today.
Today, honestly, Coach Morris is always amped up. I'm not worried about how he's going to come to practice. He's drinking Red Bulls 24/7, so I'm not concerned about that. But I feel like Venables is the same way. But one thing with Coach Swinney, he's always excited. So with the coaching staff, I feel like they're really consistent in the way they handle the players, and the way they address the meetings and things like that. So nothing really out of the ordinary, but I think we all know in the back of our minds the kind of opportunity we have. So that's how we're going to approach it this week.
You guys are almost 3 touchdown underdogs. Do you like to kind of play that role for a change?
Yeah, I guess it is a change. Being 20-point underdogs is crazy. But as a competitor, when you hear that, it definitely adds to the strive you have during the week, just to prove yourself and prove others that we aren't 3 touchdown underdogs. And we're only 2 games into the season, so it's kind of hard to prove who's a 3-point underdog, who's a 3 touchdown underdog or not. So this early in the season, I really don't listen to those statistics and things like that. But it's definitely a good opportunity to go out and prove that we aren't that.
An early precedent's kind of been set in the ACC with some kind of surprising games in the first few weeks here with Virginia Tech knocking off Ohio State and
Boston
DC pulling the big upset. Does that kind of pay attention to that?
Yeah, I love that. I love seeing the ACC succeed. I hated seeing Virginia Tech lose to ECU, but anytime the ACC can pull off a big upset like that is awesome. And watching Boston College just go out there and play loose, that's one thing that I took from that game, and I'm kind of sharing to the players is they were huge underdogs and they just went out there and played like they had nothing to lose. So that's one good thing we can learn from that game. But it's like you said, it's awesome to see our ACC allies getting it done.
Did you watch most of the game with the BC?
Yeah, I did.
Did you?
Yeah. The quarterback looked really nice.
Yeah. What did you see unfold? In other words, did you get a sense at a certain point that, hey, this is serious?
Yeah, it's awesome to see the ACC succeed like that, knowing that we have a test every week going into this stretch of division games. We're going to be tested every single week, so it's awesome to know that we're going to play quality opponents each and every week.
See, paying attention to the lines and stuff like that, but still, don't you feel like over the last few years, especially over the course of your career, that Clemson's done enough, won enough big games to where it just seems like this early in the season when you don't know much about the teams, it just seems like that Clemson's done enough to where just being on the schedule, you guys wouldn't be a 3 touchdown dog.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like the term Clemsoning is over now, or at least we're trying to put that to bed. And like Coach Swinney brought up in a meeting yesterday, I think we've been ranked in the top 25 for the past 50 weeks. So, that's saying a lot about our team, and to be 3 touchdown underdogs is kind of shocking to us because we know the talent we have on this team and the capabilities we have going into this game. So, like I said earlier, it's just a big opportunity to prove ourselves to the nation.
Do you feel like going into this game, you guys are trying to gain back some of that respect that people seem to have lost in you guys?
Yeah, I definitely feel like we are. And like I was saying, I feel like we got a lot of talent on this team. And we really feel like we didn't put our best foot forward against Georgia. So we really want to go out there and prove that we can win on the road against a really good team. So this is a great opportunity for that.
What's the biggest thing you learned looking at last year's game versus going forward to this week?
The details matter. Turnovers are huge, and in games like that, just a few plays make the difference. Just getting a missed signal from the sideline can cause a fumble and a touchdown the other way. So just little things like that make a huge difference in big games like this.
Not to be a Debbie Downer here, but you mentioned 50 straight weeks of polls. Yeah. Obviously, if you lose that game, that could be a thing. You could be in 1 and 2. Do you ever think about things like that, or does that matter?
Yeah, I guess, you think about that a little bit, but it's not a huge deal. That's just something that we're proud of as a team. Being in the top 25 for the past 50 weeks is something we can hang our hats on and be proud of. So regardless, win or lose, it's not going to be a huge deal.
Do you ever worry, especially with maybe some of the younger guys, about trying too hard, just wanting it so much, trying too hard, and then you kind of get out of the things that you really want to go there to do?
Yeah, we definitely talk to the young guys about channeling their energy. The freshmen coming in, they're so excited to play on ABC game time, and they kind of get so excited that they use all their energy before game time. So we definitely try to keep those guys calm down and just keep them mentally prepared, but just keep them focused throughout the week and just channel their energy so they can use all that at 8 o'clock on Saturday.
Do you remember what your first maybe primetime national TV game was? And do you remember yourself maybe kind of almost being a little winded early because of the excitement around being there?
I guess, my freshman year playing Auburn and Florida State and then Virginia Tech, those 3 games at home were two at home and then one away. That was when we had a bunch of young guys on the team. But I feel like we came in, we handled the showtime, the big games like that pretty good. And compliments to the coaching staff on just kind of keeping our minds out of the press and not really worrying about what people are saying and all that. So I feel like my freshman year we handled it pretty well as young players.
How about yourself individually? Do you remember that feeling of maybe kind of going, boy, I've got to go ahead and take a few deep breaths here and really kind of get refocused as things kicked off?
Yeah, definitely. That was not on a big stage like we were having this Saturday. That was just my first game playing. I remember just kind of getting caught looking in the stands sometimes, just amazed that I'm playing in front of this many people. So for young guys to go out on a stage like we're going to have Saturday night, it's definitely important to step back and take a few deep breaths and really focus in.